Hey guys, it's Joe B. I'm here with the Mach 1, and this one is about some tire fitment stuff. I was talking with a friend about the fitment on the tires for the 1970 Mustang, and we didn't agree exactly on what would and wouldn't fit. He thinks my tire here that I'm going to be getting, the Torq thrust, won't fit. So the one that's on here now, the tires that are typically on a Mustang are 14 by 7, so the radial is 14 and then they're 7 inches wide, the width of the tire. These are aftermarket American racing rims, which I think they were drilled or something. They don't fit perfectly the way they were supposed to. They still fit, but they are not hub-centric, so not ideal. So I'm taking this one off the front to just make sure that the fitment works. I've got the car partially jacked up. I'm just putting this onto the lower control arm just to get this one tire up in the air enough. And there we go. Okay. So I can pull these lug nuts out and get this tire off. Now I have looked at a lot of wheels, and the ones that I like are the bullet style wheels that came on like a 2005 Mustang. And you'll frequently see those for sale or available aftermarket. A lot of aftermarkets do it. And I had gotten a set of bullet wheels from a guy on Craigslist for real cheap, and then later on I found out why they were so cheap. 2 of the wheels fit, or at least I think they fit, and 2 of the wheels did not. So I looked closer at the wheels, and the difference I found was that one of them, or well, 2 of them, looked to be the actual Mustang rims. And I was like, cool, I've got 2 that'll work, right? Well, turns out that the actual ones that came on the 2005 Mustang did not fit. And I'll tell you why in a second here. However, 2 of them did fit. Now, when you look right at them, these are the ones. Right here. See how they're bullet style? When you look right at them, they looked the same. But then I noticed that the depth inside here of where the lug nuts sit, the real bullet rims, the lugs sat higher up once they were done. They stuck out a little bit like this. See how it's sticking out a little bit? But these, when the bolts are all screwed in all the way, look how far in they sit. So I was like, what is that? I mean, honestly, I didn't know a lot about tires. I had to start doing all kinds of research. Apparently, the bullet style wheels are 35mm offset, plus 35. Which means that the wheel itself sits inside the wheel well, 35mm or farther in toward the engine. And the one that I just showed you has a 0mm offset. So the wheel is 35. It's not the plus 35. It's this much farther out, away from the engine, riding this way. So turns out that the 2 that looked exactly like the stock Mustang rims were actually, I think they're called anthracite American Torq Thrust 2 aftermarket rims. They look exactly like the Mustang bullet rims, except the offset was 0, which is what I needed. Now, I'm taking off the I'm taking off these 14 by 7s right now. They look alright, but they're not the ones I wanted in the end. I'm getting rid of these eventually. I'll have 4 of these. Me and my buddy were not in agreement about whether or not, if I bought 4 of these, they would fit. Here's another tip. The ones that came on the Mustang in 2005 with the plus 35mm offset, if you put them on the back and you tighten the lug nuts all up and you get them all fitted on, they will rub against think it was either the brake line, not the brake line, there was a piece, like a piece of the control arm or something. They'll lock up completely against the control arm, and the wheel will not spin freely. So that's when I knew that the plus 35s would not work on my car like they did on his. So it left me in a position to have two wheels that I liked that were good and two wheels that were not. Now the ones we're looking at here are 17 by 8. 17 is the radial, and the width on them is 8 inches. And as you can see, the bolt pattern is still 5 lug. Like Fox body style Mustangs, they might be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 1970, even with a drum, I've still got 5 bolts. So it's 5 by 4.5 inches, which comes out to 114.3 millimeters if you're doing a metric, like imports. So 5 by 4.5 is the same as 114.3. It's the same thing. It's a different way of saying it. Now I'm trying to get this wheel on. There it is. Okay. So now the wheel is fit. It's fitting onto the bolts. I'm not using a spacer. And I've got some acorn bolts here. These are, do I have any way of describing what these are? 1/2 acorns. I picked these up for about, I think 20 bucks for the set. 1/2 HT is what they say on them. So they're really nice. Get these 1/2s in. I only need like 2 because I'm not actually going to drive the car. I just want to see if this fits. So there's one. We got to record this so that we can settle it on whether or not this thing actually fits this car. It sure looks nice. It looks great. There's a little bit of curb rash, and maybe a little bit of business here, and maybe some here. But I got a great price on the set, so even though only 2 work, it's still not the end of the world to have 2 that work. And I did get the center caps with them. I'm, trying to tell myself it's okay. Alright, so with the wheel on, still spitting's fine. Now the next trick, you know what, I better put all 4, or all 5. I better go all 5, because I'm going to need to lower the car and raise it up by the center arm in there so that I can get enough flex to turn the wheel. I need to make sure that this wheel turns. And I'll probably just leave this wheel on while it's in the garage. Change it back out when I have more light. But here we go. If you guys need to fast forward, I understand. I just want you to see the whole process here about what I'm doing here. On the, I'm actually using a 13 by 16. I don't know if that's the right one, but I'm using the 13 by 16 on the tire iron cross, whatever the heck this is going on here. All right. So now that I got the wheel on, the bolts aren't dead tight, but actually when you're putting your tire on and it's still in the air, you don't want the bolts to be dead tight just yet. Just make them reasonably tight, because once you lower the car, that's when you really want to get them super tight. You know what? That's another tip. Real quick about tires. When you're tightening your bolts, you start on one, you tighten it up, then you go across. So I'm gonna go from this one to this one, cross, tight. Now from this one I jump to the triangle shape, go to this one, tighten it up there. And now I jump across to this one, tighten it up there. Just like I'm drawing the 5-point star. And I draw this, go to this one, tight. Then I go back to my original one, tighten it. And you keep doing the cross until they're all sufficiently tight. And you'll notice that when you do that process in that order, you're gonna feel slack in bolts that you've already visited. It's also helping to center it up when you have a hub-centric rim. Okay. Now I'm going to lift this thing by the center. There's a little arm right here, just under the oil pan. That's where I'm going to lift it by. There's only a couple of safe spots where you can lift these cars up without denting something or lifting in the incorrect area. Come on. Is this tightened up yet? Might need to put more oil. Come on. All the way, baby. All the way. Come on. There we go. Lock it in. Okay. Alright. Now. Yeah, there are some things that make me real nervous. Working on electrical in the house, being up on the roof in the house, and being near a jacked up car. So, I mean, well, under a jacked up car. So you have to be real careful when you're in this kind of situation. That if the car slams down, that you don't end up under it or hurt some way. Alright, now, I'm going to start this thing up. I'm going to turn this wheel a little bit. Wow, this is really tall. This is really tall. Okay. I just want to see if this control arm. Here we go. Let's start it. Okay, guys. Now, let's turn it real easy. Real easy. Does that look like it fits? It looks like it fits to me. Looks like it's turning just fine. I'm not rubbing up against anything. Can't get enough clearance for the wheel itself to be off the car. I tell you, I am looking at every angle and I am not touching anything. Now we're going to turn the other direction. Real slow. Real slow. What we're sitting on is that jack, so I don't want to have the car pop off of that control arm. Real slow. Okay, the wheels are turned all the way in the other direction now. I'm not seeing it touch anything. I'm going to get a look and see if it's touching the, come with me. I'm looking all up here. Sorry, I know there's not too much light. Down here. Now the only thing I might have some concern with is the power steering control valve. So let's look at it from the other side. Come on. There we go. See that? You gotta look at the power steering control valve right here. It's that silver thing that's right there. It is not touching. Now up here, see the clearance on the upper control arm? It's real close. But it's not touching that control arm. There's about 1 inch of clearance in there. These wheels will work. These wheels will work on the front. 17 by 8, 0mm offset, 5 by 4.5 or otherwise 114.3.
I'm looking at these rims online right now, and they're on sale. They're on sale for $147 a piece. Just the rim. Comes with the lugs and center cap. Not the Mustang one, but I've already got the Mustang center caps. No, this is gonna work. I'm gonna leave that rim on there, and I don't know, maybe I'll even take it around the block to just see, make sure everything is cool, but it's not touching. It's not touching. So I'm gonna show my friend. Thanks for helping me out today. And this has been a little bit about Mustang tire and wheel fitment. This is Joe B with Mach 1 out. See you next time.